Okay, people, I am really pissed, alright? It's about voting, okay? Today I had to call Florida. I'm stuck in Ohio, and I had to call Florida to get a absentee ballot, which they gave me a little bit of problem, but eventually, the lady said she'd send it to me. That wasn't the big problem, and that's not what I'm pissed about, but I then called the Democratic Party, because the lady at the voters registration would not tell me the candidates who were running for the 2006 election. And I guess that's, good. They have to stay bipartisan or unbiased or whatever. So she told me to call the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, and they would let me know who was running. So first I called the Democratic Party, and I probably won't even get through the Democratic Party in this one blog, so let me just try to hurry up here. And the lady on the phone from the Democratic Party says to me, okay, well, I'm just going to give you their names, and you just go down the line, vote Democrat the whole way. So she said, the first guy, she said, is Bill Nelson, U.S. Senator, Democrat. Vote for him, okay? And she said, then Chris Jennings, Robert Naild, Tim Mahoney. Oh, she says, Tim Mahoney. He's running against that guy, that sex scandal guy with that little boy page that he was involved with, emailing and all that. So I haven't even had a chance to look up this Tim Mahoney guy to tell you who he is. Now, mind you, these are candidates for Florida. Excuse me. But you can look them up in your own state, and I suggest you do. Do not blindly follow what the Democrats tell you. Do not blindly follow what the Republicans tell you. Look these people up. Look the candidates up. Read about them. Wikipedia them. Google them. Find out if they share your views. Okay? This crap about voting Democratic across the board just blew me away. Alright? So I got off the phone with her. I wrote down all the people that she told me, though. I got on my computer. I Googled this Bill Nelson, U.S. Senate, Democrat. I was shocked and appalled and almost wanted to vomit when I found out that he voted for the death of habeas corpus. He also supports the U.S. occupation of Iraq, okay? I'm not going to vote for this man. I don't agree with the war. And I damn sure don't agree with this whole habeas corpus thing, the death of habeas corpus. Those are our rights. They are slowly being taken away from us people. If you care about your right, if you don't want to end up in a concentration camp somewhere and being charged with unlawful enemy combatant, you could be charged with that yourself. You, just a plain old everyday American citizen. If the president feels like charging you with it, he can. You don't understand how much power this gives him. Okay, now that's a whole nother blog. Second of all, his opponent. So I checked out Bill Nelson. I checked out him. I also went to check out his opponent, who he was running against. I want a better candidate than that. Katherine Harris. Ugh! You know who she is. She was the one that was in charge of when the votes were all screwed up in 2000 in Florida. She was that person that was overseeing the count of those votes that were supposedly hanging chads or whatever. There's a whole bunch of scandal there, and if you ever paid attention to the news, you'd know that. So I don't know what all you know about it, but if you Wikipedia her or Google her, there is a list a mile long on that woman. Well, here's one thing I didn't know about her. She said, if you're not electing Christians, then in essence, you are going to legislate sin. Okay? She's against abortion, same-sex marriage. She said her religious beliefs animate everything she does, including her votes in Congress. I don't think we need another religious nut job in there, in the White House. Bush already thinks God speaks to him. Bush thinks God told him to have this war in Iraq. You remember that? Do you remember seeing that on television years ago when all this stuff first started? Okay, so she's out of the question for me anyway. You do what you want. Remember, these are Florida candidates. Get online and look them up for your state. Call the Democratic Party, call the Republican Party. So I said, okay, I don't want her either. So who does that give me? So it was a little tough, but I found this independent that's running. His name is Brian Moore. He's against the war. He's pissed about habeas corpus. If he gets elected to the Senate, he's going to have Bush impeached and tried for war crimes, people. That's it. I fell in love with the guy right then and there. That's what he stands for. He's against the war. He's really pissed about habeas corpus, all right? He understands the implications of that being passed. And he wants to try Bush for his war crimes, have him impeached. Guess who's getting my vote, okay? Now, I've got a whole big long list of other people to look up here. I want to find out about this Tim Mahoney and this Chris Jennings, this Robert Neild, Jim Davis, Alex Sink, Skip Campbell, Eric Copeland, Joan Fisher. There's a whole list here. It's going to keep me busy a good couple of hours, all right? Now, I don't feel like sitting here doing this, but I don't want to see America any more screwed up than it already is. And if you don't, you better get online and you better look some people up for yourself. Find out what the candidates in your state, find out what they stand for, find out what they believe in, find out how they voted in the past in Congress. Find it out. It's all there in the tool right in front of you, your computer. You can find it. Don't go to the polls blindly following Republicans or blindly following Democrats or blindly following me. Look it up for yourself. The information's there. You got a brain. You got a computer. Use them. They're good tools. All right? Thanks.